Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy, and in today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful, simple and classy satin flare skirt. Okay, so if you're interested to learn how to make this, keep on watching and let's get started. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly hit on the subscribe button, also turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload new video. So guys, this is a pattern drafting tutorial on how to make a pencil skirt pattern in one of my videos on YouTube. Okay, so I will leave a link to that video so you go ahead and watch on how I drafted this skirt. So this is the front, as you can see. So I'm supposed to use a fresh pattern paper to draft this skirt so you understand exactly what I did here. But since I already have a similar tutorial for this, there is no need starting afresh. Okay, so like I said, I'll leave a link in the show box of this video so you're gonna watch it out. So for this pattern paper, I have 19.5 inch here, but for this skirt I'm going to be making today, I want it at 24 inches. Okay, but if you are making use of a fresh paper, you just come down by 2 inches or 1.5 for your skirt band. Then you go ahead and measure the length you want for the skirt. Is either 24 or 25 or thereabouts. Okay, so like I said before, the length I have on this pattern paper is 19.5 inch. Okay, but I want to make it 24 inches exactly. Okay, so let me just explain what I did here. On the waistline, which is the upper part there, what I have there is my waist measurement divided by 4. I marked it plus 1 inch. Okay, that is for the dart. So for the dart intake, I just marked half of my nipple to nipple, then subtract half an inch on both sides. And from the waistline to the hip line, it is 8 inches for myself. And for the hip, it is divided by 4, and I marked it without adding any allowance. Okay, this is because it's a pattern drafting. So from the dart leg, I will extend the line I have from there to the hem line. This is half of my nipple to nipple, remember. And for this that I took out on both sides, it's not really necessary. I just explained that because I already made use of this pattern, so I want you to understand everything I did here on this pattern. But for the skirt, it's not going to have any dart, but you need to mark your 3.5. This is just for a guide, so you can be able to extend this line I just did here. Okay, so after that you go ahead and slash and leave about 1/4 inch at the upper side, just like this. Don't slash everything. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is to place my fabric I'm going to be using for this tutorial, which is this satin here. This is doll face, and I'm making use of just 1.5 yard here. Okay, so now I am going to fold it into two like this. So they just took light, then I'm making use of a natural light now. So after folding it by 2 here, I am going to place the pattern this way, then you open it. Okay, you already slashed it, go ahead and spread. That is what I did here. And for the wideness, which will form the flare skirt, I want to add just 4 inch. Okay, so remember I drafted this on a straight pattern. Okay, that is straight skirt. So I want to just spread it like this to give me a flare shape. So to do that, I'll mark the wideness I want here. So I don't want too much, I don't want it too wide, so I just marked 4 inch. So if you want it very wide, you can mark 6 inch, 7 inch or thereabout. Okay, so after spreading mine at 4 inch, what I'm going to do is to add the, instead of adding 2 inch, I'll just add 1.5 inch. This is for the skirt band. Okay, it's a cut together skirt band, so I'll make use of 1 inch elastic. That's why I marked 1.5 here. Then I'll just go ahead and sketch the side. Then after that, you can see I have 19.5 inch from the pattern, so I just marked my normal length, that is the full length, at 23 inches instead of the 24. I don't need much long something, that's why I just marked the 23 inch. So from there I am going to continue marking it till I get to the other side. So what I have from that pattern to the place I marked my 24 inches was 3.5. So I used the 3.5 to make a circle, like to connect it this way. After connecting this way, guys, you can see what I have here. So another thing I want to explain here is that if you look at that skirt, if you look at the picture here, this is the picture, like this inspiration I'm working with. If you look at it, you would notice the flare actually started below the hip line. Okay, So if you want yours to start exactly at the hip line, it is fine. If you want it to start above the hip line, it's also fine. If you want it to start below the hip line, it's also fine. But what you need to do if you want it to start below the hip line is to close this side up using your masking tape. For me, my own is finished at the moment, so that's why I left it like that. And because I did not add any allowance on this pattern paper, like I said before, on the hip side, that's why I'll just leave it like this. You can see on that side I have 2 inches, so I'm going to use half an inch on both sides to shape it, and I'll have 1 inch left. So the 1 inch left is going to be very good. Like 1 inch is not it's not too much. Okay, so I'll just leave mine like that. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out just this way. Okay, so after cutting this one, I'm going to cut out the second skirt, which is the back. Okay, so this is what I have here after I was done. Next thing I want to do now is to use this front piece to cut the back piece. So I have already gone ahead to cut the back piece out of camera for the sake of time, as you can see. Okay, so remember when cutting, don't add any allowance. You don't have to add any allowance like zip allowance when cutting this, because the zip is going to be on the side, okay, not the back. So next thing I want to do now is to place them the right side facing each other like this. Okay, make sure everything is very relaxed. You place them this way. Now head over, stretch your sewing machine, go ahead and sew. Is either you use 1 inch to sew from there or use half an inch to sew. Okay, then go ahead and sew, like shape this side with either 1 inch or half an inch. So from this side you're going to leave space for your zip, then sew the rest opening, okay, on the side. So guys, after I was done sewing, guys, you can see what I have here on this other side. As for this other side, I left space of about 8 inches for my zip. Okay, so next thing I want to do now is to attach my elastic. So this is 1 inch elastic. So what I'm going to do now is to start the attaching of this elastic from the right side of my skirt. Okay, from the zip allowance side, go ahead and place it this way. Then you sew with 1/4 inch. Okay, sew with 1/4 inch all round like this. You are going to continue doing this till you get to the other side. Then when you reach there, you cut the excess. So guys, after sewing, this is what I have here. Can you see? So the next thing I want to do now is to flip it over. Okay, the elastic, flip your elastic on the wrong side of the skirt, just like this. And when flipping, don't also forget to also flip in about 1/4 inch from your main piece. Okay, just like this. You can see I have this 1/4 inch here. Like you just fold it this way so that your elastic won't be showing after sewing. Okay, so what you need to do now is to go ahead and sew on the tip. So after sewing my elastic, this is what I have here. You can see the band here, and you can see the 1/4 inch I left. So if you wear this skirt now, you're not going to be seeing, or no one will be seeing the elastic you attached. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do now is to attach the zip. So it is best for you to make use of invisible zip for this. So what I have here is not same color, but I have to use it for the sake of this tutorial. And after fixing my zip, this is what I have here. Can you see? The next thing I want to do now is to fold this side. So if you don't want to fold, you can as well take it to weaving machine and sew and weave. So for me, I don't want to take it to, like, I don't want to sew, I want to weave it. And I will have to go to the market to do that. Okay, I will do that later. So guys, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. I'll go ahead and iron later. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.